Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I will be explaining the powers and abilities of Green Lantern. Hal Jordan, founding member of the Justice League and the greatest Green Lantern of all time. Hal Jordan wields a power ring from Oa, which gives him the ability to tap into the green light spectrum, which is controlled by will. Hal Jordan is effectively the person with the greatest will in the DC universe. Now in this video I will be going over Hal Jordan's powers from Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and beyond. Now there won't be too many differences because Hal Jordan's powers have been kept pretty consistent over various continuity reboots. We'll start with his flight speed. Here we can see Hal leave from another galaxy, going to Earth to the Watchtower in under 15 minutes. So Hal Jordan and all Green Lanterns are completely capable of traveling across the universe much faster than light. The Green Lantern power rings contain an enormous amount of energy, as we can see here. By putting some of his energy into some power lines, Hal was able to give an entire city power. Now, of course, Hal can also shoot out this energy in powerful blasts. As we can see here, he hit Cyborg Superman with a blast that is as hot as the sun. And as we can see here, Hal shoots a beam powerful enough to blow a hole straight through Cyborg Superman, who's every bit as durable as the real Superman, and on top of that is also made out of highly durable metals. And here we can see Green Lantern shoot a hole straight through Amazo, who has all the powers of the Justice League. Hal can also shoot out omnidirectional targeted blasts. As we can see here, he shoots out a string of energy blasts, taking out a bunch of blue tornado robots all at once. Here we can see him unleash a flurry of Green Lantern fist constructs against Superman, beating him down. And here we can see Hal hit Titus, an ultra-powerful god, so hard that he goes flying across the skyline. Now, to give you an example of how powerful Titus is, he one-shotted Superman and was able to fight the entire Justice League at the same time. And here we can see him making himself a Green Lantern construct armor, and then he knocks out Mongol. Hal can also create constructs powerful enough to restrain the likes of Superman and Shazam. And as for just how big Hal's constructs can really get, here we can see him create a construct over the entire planet, making a gigantic harness for Superman to wear so him and Superman could move the Earth just a little bit. And Hal, all by himself, was able to move the entire moon back into its proper orbit. And once, after Green Lantern's hometown, Coast City, was completely destroyed, for nostalgia purposes, Hal recreated the entire city with the plasma from his ring, including people, grass, trees, buildings, everything, and was even able to have conversations with the people, and they were able to talk back to him. Of course, these were just several highly detailed constructs, but this still shows the true power of the Lantern Ring. As for the defensive capabilities of the ring has automatic defenses and shielding, and it can create force fields powerful enough to protect them from attacks from beings such as Cyborg Superman, Mongol, and Darkseid. Hal can fly near the surface of the sun with no problem, and here we can see him protect himself and Superman from a nuclear explosion. Now, as for the constructs Hal uses in battle, he can make himself mech suits with guns and a jetpack. He was even able to make himself a shower. He can make a muzzle for a dog, a gigantic hammer, gigantic bears, literally anything that's within his imagination. Hal was also able to make a mirror and a razor to shave with. The ring was even able to make a shaving cream type substance. Now the ring has other capabilities besides just constructs, energy projection, and flight. As you can see here, Hal can use it to phase straight through solid objects. He can also cause teleportation. As we can see here, where his best friend Barry Allen is at his job, Hal simply teleports Barry from his lab to the phone booth where Hal was speaking to him. Now, Hal Jordan can also open up portals with his ring. As we can see here, he creates a gigantic portal for the Justice League to go through. The ring can also do deep scans to scan enemies for weaknesses or do DNA scans and autopsies. The ring is also capable of making an X-ray mode. As we can see here, Hal uses the ring to look straight through a building. And because the Green Lantern ring can manipulate a part of the light spectrum, he can use it to refract the light and make himself invisible and others. As we can see here, he makes a big invisibility force field, keeping him and the Justice League invisible as they come up with a plan to defeat him. The ring is also capable of protecting Hal from mental manipulation and can manipulate other people's minds. As we can see here, he reverses the mental attack from Hector Hammond and then makes his own mental attack on Hector Hammond. Now as we move on to the New 52 and Rebirth side of things, Hal still has all the same powers, the abilities to fly across the universe at faster than light speed and summon a bunch of different constructs. As you can see here, he can summon the ring to him, and he once made a force field that covered the entire planet, protecting it from an assault from multiple Kryptonians. Now these Kryptonians have only been exposed to yellow sunlight for a very short time, so they weren't nearly as powerful as a fully charged Kryptonian, but nevertheless, this feat is still very impressive. Here we can see Hal dismantle a spaceship by putting multiple hooks through it and then preserving the people inside with the force field. He can casually draw blood on Superman, and here we can see him restrain Bizarro Wonder Woman and Bizarro at the same time. And here we can see him duke it out with General Zod, both unleashing their full power. Hal, using his superior fighting skills and battle strategy, combined with his powerful constructs, was able to straight up defeat Zod. At the end of the fight, Hal was able to hit Zod with multiple gigantic construct airplanes, resulting in a huge explosion, knocking Zod out. All of these things are what make Hal Jordan the greatest Green Lantern of all time, and one of the greatest heroes in the DC universe. On top of that, he's a pretty down-to-earth guy. He's just a normal man who possesses great willpower, and was chosen to be a Green Lantern for his ability to overcome fear. With all the powers that the ring bestows him, he is essentially the most powerful member of the mainstream Justice Leaguers. And while all the DC superheroes have strong wills, Hal Jordan's is the strongest. Now I'll end the video with the Green Lantern Power Ring Oath. In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Well everyone, thanks for watching. Until next time.